Trump expressed surprise over Ryan's comments that he would not yet support him. The two are now set to meet this coming Thursday. With me now, American Conservative Union Chairman and former White House political director under President George G.W. Bush, Matt Schlapp. All right, Matt, what you've got is the Speaker of the House saying that Donald Trump has to unify the party. Wouldn't you say Donald has already unified 10.5 million voters? And that Paul Ryan, as a speaker, ought to get behind Donald Trump. Or am I wrong?
Well, I just think for elected Republicans, this is very tough because Donald Trump has been running against them. And he's gotten more Republican votes in these primaries than we've seen by any Republican candidate in my lifetime. And it's hard for these people that are elected Republicans because he's run against their failure to stop these Obama radical policies. And you can just tell they're still it's hard for them to swallow Donald Trump. You know what's ironic? They didn't like Ted Cruz either. They didn't like either of the messages that the voters were sending because those voters are saying, we want to try a whole new way of doing business.
Well, you know, it's interesting when you say that Trump was running against their failures. You know, when they accused Donald Trump of not being conservative enough, the truth is that some of them were elected to do certain things, Tea Party candidates, and they just, you know, engaged in the Washington two-step. So, you know, are the Republicans strapping bombs to their chests and just saying, let's blow up the whole party, not support him, and let Hillary win? Or there's talk of this guy, Gary Johnson, who apparently is already on the ballot in 50 states. I think we have a picture of him. You know, running as a third-party libertarian. What do you think of that?
Let's be clear about this third-party option. First of all, Gary Johnson admits that he gets stoned every day.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure we really think that makes a lot of sense for that person to have the nuclear codes on his desk. Second of all these people who are saying, well, let's get a third-party conservative Republican to run against Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. The deadlines in these states are almost passed. They don't even have a candidate. And every day they hem and haw over embracing Donald Trump. They're doing nothing but help Hillary Clinton. It's very clear in this country. We elect either Democrats or Republicans in the modern political times. And if you're not for Donald Trump, then you are for Hillary Clinton. And let me tell you something. I'm going to fight them until my last breath in my body. Another Clinton presidency, that's a disaster, especially for people who say that Obama has been destroying the country.
And, you know, the other piece to it is the possibility of Elizabeth Warren being the VP. I mean, talk about, you know, the move as a progressive Democrat to socialism. You know, that would be a problem, too. But what do you think that Trump and Paul Ryan are going to be talking about at their meeting on Thursday?
You know, I think you said it earlier. You called it a shakedown. I don't know if I'd use those terms, Judge. But I do think that Paul Ryan is hearing from his House members. And we've got more Republican House members than we've had in a generation. And some of them are worried about the effect of Trump. There's no question about it. They're in purple states, purple districts, they're in blue districts. But the fact is this, at the end of the day, Paul Ryan's going to back Donald Trump. Paul Ryan's going to be the chairman of the convention in Cleveland. He has to back the nominee. And I think most Republicans, not all of them, most Republicans and most leaders are going to get behind Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is going to get a record number of independents, and I think he's going to get some people from the other side. Remember, 30% of Bernie Sanders supporters are saying they won't support Clinton Incorporated because they think they're just functions of Wall Street. So there's a lot of reorienting going on in the political system, and I think anybody who predicts the general election today doesn't know what they're talking about.
And you know what's amazing is when you take someone like Donald Trump, I mean, he's a political outsider. I mean, the guy's never run for office, never even ran for the mayor of the local town. And the fact that he just went up there and did it, and he's got all of these followers. I mean, you would think that the establishment would understand that the American people have spoken. It's our government. It's our vote. It's what we think. But, Matt, we'll have you on again to talk about whether or not they get in line. Anyway, Matt Schlapp, thanks so much for being with us. And street justice is still ahead tonight, plus a surprise phone call for Mother's Day.